First Contact Arc, Part 1, Meeting with the Captain. Maverick stood near the open doors of the Ad Meliora that led to the outside alien world. So far, no one has dared to step outside, mostly out of caution and fear. Maverick stood at the entrance, his DMR in hand, gazing out at the alien surface, awaiting his fellow teammates, Clara, B-452, and Kieran, B-902. Both Spartans saluted their commander and stood at attention.
Commander, you said we are needed for a mission?
Kieran asked, slowly lowering his hand to unsling his MA-5B assault rifle off his back. Yes, I did. Maverick answered with a nod. Kieran, Clara, consider yourselves lucky. We're going to be the first humans to ever set foot on this world. The captain wants us to scout out the nearby vicinity. He wants us to try and familiarize ourselves with our surroundings. Getting familiar with the place will help out in our survival, Maverick explained as he turned his back around to stare outside. Clara stepped forward, unslinging her own MA-5B assault rifle as well.
So, the captain's sending us Spartans out for the scouting mission?
Clara asked before joking.
What would the UNSC do without us?
She approached the exit. Clara analyzes the ground quickly, then, slowly but surely steps down, the grass indenting under her heavy boot.
Surface seems safe enough to walk on.
Since you're so sure of yourself, Clara, you get to take point, Maverick said humorously as he stepped off the ship, followed by Kieran.
Roger, sir.
Clara held up her weapon as she took her first few steps away from the ship. She then turns to her left and looks at the cliffside.
I say we walk alongside this gorge the ship is resting in.
Very well. Let's go, Zeta, Maverick ordered as he and Kieran soon began to follow close behind Clara. As the trio traveled alongside the gorge, they noticed that part of the forest to the right had outgrown past the tree line and up to the gorge's edge. They pushed away some of the foliage and were amazed by what they saw. The crumbled remains of an old castle.
Whoa.
Kieran said, being the first to step out of the foliage.
Check this shit out.
The remains of some kind of building, Maverick noted before adding, so life must be present on this planet. He placed his hand to the side of his helmet and spoke into the comm link. Zeta Squad Leader to Eagle Nest. We've discovered a structure that appears to have been abandoned for some time. Permission to investigate. Over. After a brief radio silence, Maverick received a reply. Zeta Squad, this is Eagle Nest. Permission granted, but take caution. You are authorized to open fire on any hostile life forms after you've made all attempts possible to communicate. Over. Copy. The Green Commander replied before lowering his hand down. You all heard them. Let's move in to investigate. Maverick clutched his DMR closer as he and his squad approached the abandoned castle. Maverick stepped forward to gently open one of the wooden doors with the barrel of his rifle. He aims into the darkness as he steps inside. Activate your night vision, he announced, and his fellow Spartans did the same. They all stepped inside and gave the place a bit of a look around.
Damn, this place is old,
Kieran said as he analyzed the weakened wall.
Looks like the walls could collapse at any moment.
Agreed. Take caution. Soft steps, Maverick instructed as they passed deeper inside the dark castle. Eventually, the Spartans came across a giant set of double doors, with some depictions carved on them. A perfect circle was located in the center, split in half by the crack of the door, one depicting the moon, the other depicting the sun. Below said sun and moon were two four-legged creatures resembling equines, with wings and long protrusions coming from their heads. Clara, the left door, Maverick called out before the latter grabbed the door handle on the left, while Kieran got behind Maverick as he placed his armored hand on the other door handle. Together, the two Spartans slowly pushed the door open and stepped inside. They didn't need night vision to see through the darkness anymore, as the room was lit up brightly. A large hole in the back wall allowed a tremendous amount of light in.
What the hell happened here?
Asked Kieran as he lowered his rifle.
No idea. But look below that hole. Are those thrones?
Clara wanted confirmation she was seeing the same thing as everyone else was. I see them, Maverick confirmed. So we must be in a place of royalty. A castle, perhaps?
If this is a castle,
said Kieran,
then they need to fire the cleaning staff. This place is wrecked to shit.
Maverick and Clara only remained silent at Kieran's joke.
I mean, look at the podium between the two thrones. It's all smashed, like someone or something broke it.
Yeah, that, along with the hole in the wall, doesn't appear to have just happened naturally with age. Something deliberately smashed those. No telling what that has done to the support. Take caution. We could cause a wall to collapse or even fall through the floor.
Clara pointed out. Her thoughts made her nervous as she began to back away. Kieran turns towards a nearby window that seems to overlook the rest of the castle. He approaches it, walking as softly as possible and looking out of it.
Mav, you should see this.
Kieran's voice hinted at a bit of dread. Maverick cautiously approached his comrade / best friend and looked out the window. Whatever room they were both looking into, they would never know what it used to be, as the giant stone pillars were knocked over, and parts of the stone roof had fallen, wrecking the room below. Maverick feels his gut clench at the scene. Jesus. It's worse than I thought. Maverick shuddered, now untrusting of the ground beneath his feet. We need to get out of here. We could compromise the whole structure.
Perhaps we should have a different squad check this out later?
Clara suggested.
Don't think it's a good idea for a trio of 1,000-pound Spartans to go trudging through here.
Maverick and Kieran agreed with their comrade. Zeta Squad to Eagle Nest. This place looks heavily compromised. Maverick radioed. We recommend this place be searched by a different squad that is less likely to weaken the supports, over. Eagle Nest to Zeta Squad, acknowledged. Command replied over the comms. We're sending a squad of Helljumpers to examine it, over. Copy. Maverick replied before adding, we'll place down a beacon to mark the structure's location, over. With that being said, Kieran pulled out a small device and planted it on the ground near the entrance. Eventually, all 3 Spartans exit the castle. They quickly scan their surroundings before lowering their weapons.
What now, Mav?
Clara asked. From what we were able to see in the sky, Maverick began, there's a large opening on the other side of this forest. It would be best to scout that way. If the Covenant wants to take us by surprise, the best tactic would be from the forest. Let's give it a quick look over and see if we can try to prepare ourselves in case they do use this forest for cover. Maverick took point as he and his squad began to trudge through the depths of the forest. Princess Twilight Sparkle and her friends were slowly trudging through the Everfree Forest towards the mysterious metallic vessel. Even though the 6 ponies feel prepared for anything, the mystery of whatever it was made them uneasy.
Oh my!
Fluttershy gasped upon seeing the nearby animal life panicking.
All the animals out here are in distress. They are just as scared as we are. I would be scared too if a giant piece of flying metal I have never seen before crashed into my home.
Pinky loudly chimed in. As the main 6 continued trekking through the Everfree Forest, they remained silent, seeming lost in their own thoughts. That was until Rarity spoke up.
So, what do you girls think those big flying things are?
That was the question on every pony's mind.
Well,
Twilight pondered.
those must be some kind of advanced airships with no air balloons. But if those are really airships,
Rarity began with great interest.
then who built them?
The 6 mares remained silent for a moment about their answers.
I think it must have been the Storm Empire.
Rainbow Dash said.
I don't know about that, Rainbow.
Applejack said with uncertainty.
Those vessels seem a lot different than the Storm King's airships.
Rainbow Dash could only nod in defeat before adding.
Yeah, you're right.
Pinkie Pie suddenly gasped in excitement before exclaiming.
You girls think it was made by aliens? Aliens?
Fluttershy fearfully quivering.
Pinky, there's no such thing as aliens.
Twilight said, shooting her pink friend a deadpan look.
Yeah? Well, how do you explain the flying metal UFO?
Pinky asked. This only drew a bunch of raised eyebrows from the other ponies.
Pinky, dear,
Rarity chimed in.
I believe it's pronounced UFO.
Oh! My bad.
Before any pony could say anything else, Rainbow Dash quietly shouted.
Girls, quiet! I hear something.
They all dropped down lower to avoid being seen. A small thumping sound could be heard walking towards them. They were slow and cautious, as if they were trying to be quiet as possible.
Can you see them?
Whispered Fluttershy.
No, not yet.
Twilight replied.
Those sound like hoof steps, but they're not walking on hooves.
Said Rarity.
Quiet! We don't want to draw any attention to us.
Twilight harshly whispered, eliciting them to shut their mouths. After a few minutes, the hoof steps came to a stop. Before anything else could happen, Eagle Nest, this is Zeta Squad Leader. A stallion's voice comes, scouting the south side of the forest. Acknowledge, over. After a few moments of silence, the main 6 heard more commotion. Twilight was interested as these creatures were speaking fluent Ponish.
She slowly peeks out of the tall grass to see where these voices were coming from, and was shocked by what she saw. Standing 30 feet away from the 6 hiding ponies were 3 bipedal creatures. They looked 7 feet tall, a good foot taller than Princess Luna. Strangely, these 3 creatures appear to be encased in metal, with their faces having a strange shiny glass-like metal. The first creature's body was colored dark green, with its eye being a darker tone. Its head had an odd shape, with the eye taking up most of the face. Its shoulders were also large. The second figure had a dark red body, almost maroon, and appeared much slimmer than the other 2. Its head was shaped much differently from the first, with 2 large cheeks, a black top, and a bright blue T-shaped eye. The third was white, with splotches of red and a head shaped more like a square. The third was white, with splotches of red and its head shaped more like a square. The supposed face was flat with no mouth or muzzle, rectangular objects along each cheek, and a single amber-colored eye shaped like a vertical slit. It also had something attached to the center of its chest. All 3 creatures carried strange objects that loosely resembled crossbows, without the bow part, though Twilight couldn't make out the shapes. However, the green and maroon figures had their objects stuck to their backs, while the white one pointed into the forest as if he was using it to scan for something. The other 2 were kneeling as they placed something on the ground.
You see anything?
Applejack quietly asked.
Yes,
Twilight quietly answered the orange earth pony after looking away from the creatures.
there are 3 bipedal figures about 30 feet away from us, and they seem to be planting something in the ground.
What are they?
Asked Rarity.
Ponies? Griffins? Dragons?
No,
Twilight shakes her head.
these creatures are unlike anything I have seen before. They almost look like monkeys, but with no tails and appear metallic.
Every pony was confused by Twilight's description, but after what they saw happen in the sky, they know that whatever these creatures are, they must be dangerous.
We should head back to Ponyville.
Said Twilight.
A message from Celestia should have been sent by now.
The other ponies nodded in agreement and began to slowly back away. However, Fluttershy feels Pinkie accidentally step on her tail, causing the scared Pegasus to make an audible eep from the sudden tug on her backside. Who goes there? The voice of one of the creatures rang out, causing all 6 ponies to freeze.
Uh-oh. The element bearers simultaneously thought.